one of the favorites of the league. Mount Crest going to try a little something different here.
Knowles gets his hand on both of those passes. I don't know what they put in his Cheerios this morning, but they need to put more in, right? Larson, 3. Won't go. Hall boxes him out, gives him a little shot to the chest.
I'll tell you something funny. This is maybe more information than I should give you, but Tanner was at my home before the game, and I said, Tanner, you got to play well tonight. And he looked at me and said, I'm ready to go. I'm ready to play tonight, and he sure has done it so far.
Well, then he should come to your house before every game.
Well, maybe that's the Cheerios.
Clock never started.
I didn't feed him though, so I guess I can't feed him. I guess that's the secret.
That you know of.
Yeah.
Teenage boy, he found something somewhere.
You're right.
Grilled cheese sandwich under a cushion somewhere. Brimhall just about got his hands on it, and instead he picks up a foul.
But you know, Logan's not going to be upset about that foul. That's exactly what he wants. You know, you're a half step away from getting a breakaway and a layup on the other end. So.
Talked about Crosby. Excuse me. Go ahead.
Excuse me. No, go ahead.
Talked about Crosby being quiet for the Mustangs. Brimhall's been quiet for the Grizzlies. He's got 4.
Well, you got another thing going on here now. Logan's got 5 fouls. They're going to put Mount Crest on the line here in the next 2 fouls, and that's going to make a difference in this game.
Crosby all the way to the rim. That one rimmed out of there, and here come the Grizzlies. Dahl in trouble, looking for Brimhall.
Oh, Tanner again.
And Knowles takes it away.
I liked what I saw from Logan there. Was it Compton? Compton came down, threw the ball, had his head up. Again, we've talked a lot about that in the last few games. Saw the floor, got the ball to Dahl, and then Dahl made a nice pass inside, and Tanner Knowles came in and played great defense.
That's one thing trying to teach young players is advance the ball through the air. It's way faster.
Yep.
Then guys can get up and down the court.
Well,
no matter how fast you are on the dribble.
Even on the offensive side, you know, move the ball. Dribble with a purpose. Great pass, great cut to the hole. That was nice to go.
Pututau with the easy finish. He has 5.
Mountain Crest body language totally different this half. They're coming out, they're moving the ball, and they look like they've come to play this half.
Falk looks underneath to Larson, and he's shoved by Ferguson. Engage Ferguson. Picks up his second. 3:38 to play in the third, and a 6-point lead for Mountain Crest, their largest lead of the game. Here's that foul.
Pushed him right there just as he came across.
Second team foul. You mentioned a moment ago, Logan has 5 team fouls. Compton trying to break down Knowles. Pututau takes it away. Pututau fouled hard by Larson, and he's going to go back after him. Coach Buck Miller comes all the way off the bench.
Boy, Larson's asking for trouble.
Ferguson and Larson are going at it.
Larson's asking for trouble. You better get him off the floor. Yep. Engage as well. Boy, you know, I got to say, I don't like that. I think. Watch this. That's a bad foul. There's no intention to stop the ball. That's a bad foul.
Well, and then after, just walk away.
And then he came looking for trouble. I think. Whether the coaches saw it, whether the refs saw it or not, I think Larson asked for a problem in that exchange.
Yeah, Larson is fired up, and he's waving his arms and hollering, and the best thing for him to do even after that foul is maybe just walk away, and he wasn't about to do that.
And there's a reason to foul on a breakaway. You don't want Pututau to go hard to the hole, but I think that was a little bit over the top.
We didn't want to give up a rim rock and dunk, but Larson's going to find out whether he's going to stay in the game or not. One thing's for sure, we're going to get a bunch of free throws. So Larson gets the intentional foul.
Technical foul called against Mountain Crest.
Mountain Crest got the technical foul. You know, that's easy from our vantage point to see. I don't think Gage Ferguson should have gone after him.
Right.
I think that's a mistake that somebody needs to talk to Gage about. But boy, from what we saw up here, that was a bad scene.
Well, here it is again.
You see this now. Great pass. Now fouling, but he made no intent to do anything but just stop him from going to the front.
So So Pututal will be at the free throw line on his own. And Ferguson goes to Larson, slaps his hand, hits him on the chest. Larson gives him one back. And the officials are talking to Ferguson. And who else? Is it Knowles?
Well, and they should. I mean, you've got to be, you've got to have more, you've got to have more control than that.
Pututal hits the free throw.
But you know, as a coach, as an official, you've got to teach your kids and teach yourself. 9 times out of 10, retaliation gets you in trouble.
Pututal hits both, and we talked about Larson was kind of, woofing a little after that, but it was Ferguson that came over for the Mustangs, and he's a linebacker in football, and he plays like one and acted like one there. He came over and didn't like it. As Falk hits the free throw on the other end. He's got the technical free throws. Falk, 1 of 2. We'll see how this game goes from here out. Are we going to get calls real tight now? I think we said it earlier, too. This game's going to get chippy. And these kids were mouthing off to each other. And, that'll either turn it worse or make it better. And we'll have to wait and see what happens. Most of these guys played football against each other already once this year. There's a steal by Knowles.
Oh, and that's another one. That was inadvertent. That was not. That was his foot got in the way.
Yeah, it didn't look like he shoved him or anything. It looked like he just tripped him.
No, I think you'll see it. I mean, you'll see it right here. Great play by Knowles. Comes up with the ball. And Jordan's just trying to get in the right place. And he just caught his foot. There's no
I don't even know if he tripped him.
There's no intention there.
He almost looked like he maybe.
But that's 2 plays now that kept Mountain Crest off of the iron.
Yeah, because Knowles had Pututal running ahead, and it was 2-on-1, and the roof would have come off this. Look, I can't. Yeah, he caught his heel.
Yeah, he did
with that last.
But certainly not intentional. He was just trying to get back into play.
When we looked at it the first time, it almost looked like Knowles maybe just tripped over his own feet, but Larson's foot caught his heel, and Knowles misses the free throw. That was 1-on-1.
But now Mountain Crest is in the bonus for the rest of the game.
Yep.
Now, they haven't made many shots, but if they do, he can hit that.
Falk misses the 3. Pututal cleans up. Danger time for Logan.
Yeah, I think so. I think we're going to see if they can keep this up.
Crosby dribbles it off his foot. Hall's there to pick it up.
Can't dribble through it.
Hall off his own foot.
Yep.
And that's 8 turnovers for the Mustangs. 7 on Logan.
How many points does Brimhall have?
Brimhall has 4. He's been quiet. They really haven't looked for him. They haven't gotten him involved in the offense.
I think, as you said before the game, he could get hot. And that.
Dahl was looking for Brimhall, but he turns it over. 8th turnover. Pututal out in front. 9 for Pututal. Dixon straightaway 3, no good. Rebounded by Compton.
Good cut to the basket.
Dixon
good shot.
Puts it up and in.
Dixon missed the shot and came right back at it. Good play.
Dixon with 3. It's a 7-point Mustang lead. 35-28. Pututal going to work on Dahl. They're going to call Dahl. Had his knee in his Pututal small of his back, just shoving him out with it. And they called it. They let it go the first couple of times. Then he called it. Dahl's second. That's the 8th team foul.
This may be the storyline of the game right here. If Mountain Crest can hit their free throws.
One and one for Pututal. He hit his last 2. He's hit 3 now. 8 of 14 for the Mustangs. This is way back a little bit. This is kind of where Mountain Crest really started to
just about got the dunk.
Roll.
Yep.
Tao hits both. He's got 8 points here in this third period and 11 for the game. And it's a 9-point Mountain Crest lead. They led by 2 at the half. Only 5 points here in this third period for Logan. Dahl gets it swatted by Knowles.
Wow.
Crosby looks underneath for the big man, and Kirby misses, but he's fouled. And there's your SC Needham Jewelers middle of the block sign of the clock, 1:15 to play in the third. The Mustangs opening up a little bit of a lead, and Brimhall picks up his 4th. SC Needham Jewelers, where Utah gets engaged. Tanner Kirby 0 for 2 from the free throw line, and he hits that. This is the 8th free throw of this period. 9th free throw of this period for Mountain Crest. They miss it. They're 7 of 9. Putu Tau got the rebound and then lost it. As Larson's back in the game. Falk finds Compton, steps into a 3, won't go. Rebound at Falk. His 3, off to the right. Knowles fouled on the rebound by Dixon.
Tanner Knowles has had an all-around game. He's played great defense. He rebounded well. He's obviously scored well.
Dixon picks up his 3rd. And it's a 10-point Mountain Crest lead at 38-28, and they're looking for 2 more. Because it's 2 free throws the rest of the way now for the Mustangs, as that's 10 team fouls on Logan. Knowles 15 first half points. He has 3 here in the third period. For 18 for the game, and a free throw, or excuse me, a infraction on Logan. It looks like it's on Putu Tau. Would you believe it? For Putu Tau, that's his first foul on Logan.
That tells you something, though. That really tells you something. I think you need Mo needs to have a couple of fouls. His lack of aggression shows when he doesn't have a couple of fouls.
I think most coaches are okay with their players at this juncture in the game having at least 2 fouls.
Yeah,
I used to coach with a guy that would really get upset if a player that played any sort of meaningful minutes ended a game with 0 fouls. Because he said that means you're not playing any defense.
Well, or even being aggressive. You know, in most cases, even going to the hole hard. You know what I mean? He picks up an offensive foul.
Crosby with the steal and the finish.
And there's Tyler's game. Even when he doesn't shoot the ball well like he hasn't tonight, he's going to score points because he plays great defense and he's a thief.
13-point lead for Mountain Crest as they've blown it open here in this third period.
Boy, you called it a minute ago. You said danger time, and it's just been that way ever since.
Dahl. Finally breaks a little bit of a drought there for Logan. 3 seconds left. Hall, 3 ball. Won't go.
Good.
And that's the end of the third period. Mountain Crest opening up an 11-point lead, 41-30. Back with the fourth quarter right after this.
Hi, I'm Gene Needham of SC Needham Jewelers. We're located in downtown Logan at middle of the block at the sign of the clock. SC Needham Jewelers is known for quality merchandise at integrity price guarantee. For more than a century, thousands of couples throughout northern Utah have experienced fair and honest transactions at S. Needham Jewelers. We consistently beat the prices of 50 to 70% off sales, so-called wholesale prices, internet sites, and student discounts. You can have confidence in the price that we sell our diamonds at because you'll know that we're going direct to the source.
Colson along with John Worley at Mountain Crest. The Mustangs lead 41-30 going into the fourth period. John, something that I always keep an eye on and we always talk about here in these basketball games, you can survive a single-digit quarter, one single-digit quarter. If you get teams that have two or obviously more single-digit quarters, those teams have trouble winning ball games. Logan now had a 9-point second period, a 7-point third period, outscored in those two periods 28-16, and they trail 41-30.
But it speaks to what we've said all night. Mountain Crest came out flat. Logan came out throwing punches all the way along, and Mountain Crest just fought them off in the first half. But boy, they came out in the second half in this third quarter and really started to play more aggressively. You can again just see it. They finally caught some energy here. Logan's going to have to respond really quickly here.
Tanner Knowles with 18 to lead all scores, 11 for Putu Taui, 8 in the third. Three ball on the way for Falk. No good. Rebound. It's Crosby. Putu Tau out in front, but Falk hustles back.
Great hustle by Falk. That he didn't have to do that, and he came back and saved a big play. Did I read somewhere that is he signed to play college football?
He has.
He plays at Cornell?
Yes.
Did I see? Yeah, that's great.
You know, and kind of the book on him, and maybe the knock on him a little bit as a quarterback was that going into the season was he could get into his head a little bit. But I saw a lot of Logan games, and teams tried to do that. He really did a good job of, keeping his head in the game and performing. An air ball there, and it goes the other way. One team that I think did get to him a little bit was Mountain Crest, but they played that kind of amoeba defense, and he just, couldn't quite figure out where guys were coming from, and they gave him fits. That's one of the few times I saw Luke Falk really get flustered this season, to his credit.
He's got all the physical skills. I mean, he's big. Oh, wow.
Here comes Knowles. Look out!
Steal and dunk. Tanner Knowles.
Knowles with the steal and the throwdown. Timeout, Logan. Tanner Knowles putting his stamp on this game.
Wow.
Son, hop up on my knee here and let me tell you about the time when I scored 20 and threw down twice.
Even better, he's not going to have to tell him. He can show him.
Yeah, that's right.
Back when you and I played, we have to tell him and have someone else tell him. But boy, now, geez, if I'm Tanner, I'm getting a copy of this. I'm putting it right on my trophy shelf next to my trophy.
I'm sending it to some coaches.
Every time my son asks, what is this? He said, well, let me show it to you again. That's great.
Let's put that in there. Let me show you what Dad used to be like.
You know what, though? That's one of the great things about being in this valley. The opportunity for these kids to play on TV, to get films, games like this, it doesn't happen elsewhere. I mean, This is, the Valley Channel does a great job, and the sponsors do a great job letting it happen, and this is a great opportunity. They'll be able to remember games for a long, long time.
Well, you hear our sponsors during and before and after the games. Make sure when you go and visit those sponsors, you let them know you appreciate. Here's Putu Tau going for the block, and he gets called for the foul. Putu Tau with his second. Knowles with 20 points.
Number 10,
and it's not just scoring.
No, the points are great, but the block shots, the rebounds, the energy, just it's been an all-around game for Tanner.
Larson hits the second. Quarter of a century, John. That's how long the Valley Channel's been doing this.
Is that right?
25 years. Well, that's a while ago. That's almost as old as you are.
I think they started right after I quit. I got out of high school, so that's about right. You know, it's fun though.
Larson hits both.
My grandfather used to tape my games on the radio, and we had a lot of games on the radio from him. But boy, this is just a great thing. It's a great thing. Great pass.
Putu Tau.
Oh, great
swatted by Dixon.
Dixon's had a great game. Dixon's had a great game.
Hull, 3. Got it.
Rebound, Eddie Hull.
46-32 Mountain Crest. The Mustangs pulling away. Foul on Crosby out front.
You know, I think it's been quiet for Dixon, but Dixon's probably had the game for Logan. I think he's played Putu Tau really well defensively. I mean, watch this. This is a great pass. Here comes Dixon down the line, and that's all ball. That's a great play.
Yeah. Dixon's going to take a seat. Webb back in with 4 fouls. Here's the steal by Crosby. Putu Tau leads it ahead. Crosby fouled by Falk. Falk with 4, Logan with 11 turnovers.
Most of them, well, a lot of them in the second half, I think, too.
We talked a few minutes ago about how you'd like your players to have a couple of fouls. Crosby just picked up his first just a few minutes ago, but this is how he plays defense.
Yeah, and
he still only has 1 foul.
He'll have games like that. You know? And here again, this is another one where, you know, Crosby forced it. We didn't see it, but Crosby forced it a little, and Falk probably should have just stayed on the ground.
Crosby hits both. He has 6 points, well below his average of 18.
Well, you know, that's one of the dangerous things about this Mountain Crest team, however, is they've got some players like Tanner Knowles, like Eddie Hall, like J-Mo Webb. All of them can come up, and, you know, if Putu Tau or Crosby, who are kind of the 2 main guys, don't seem to be having a night, they can step up and do it. And certainly tonight it's been Tanner Knowles.
Our player of the game gets an opportunity to clean the sink at Angie's. We're going to have to get one of those certificates from the truck before we get it down there. Go talk to our player of the game. Right now, I think my vote would be Tanner Knowles in a runaway, the game he's had.
Something's going to have to happen in the next 5 minutes to make a difference. And, you know, Tanner could use a clean the sink opportunity too, because he's pretty skinny.
Well, you said he didn't eat anything before the game. He's going to be hungry.
You told me that, but you also said that he probably did eat. So
I'm sure he did. Teenage boys, they don't go more than a few minutes without eating.
Well, the Mountain Crest team for home games have team dinners, and they had that at our home last night. So we had the whole crew, and they ate plenty of food. Believe me.
20 teenage boys in the house, huh? You might be missing a couple of your kids. Look for some bones.
There's only one left that I could miss, and I can see him. So it's,
he's on the team,
yeah,
right?
So yeah.
Compton hits the free throw.
You know, the score of this game, unless something changes drastically, and it could, is really not indicative of how well Logan played. I think if you can get some positives out of a loss, and it's not over yet, but. Logan came in here without being intimidated and really made Mountain Crest sweat for most of the game. And now they're going to play tough defense. I like this. They got a lot of fight, and look at Logan Brown over there. Coach Brown is not going to quit. He's not going to give up, and neither will his kids.
Compton's got 10 points. And it's a 14-point lead. Dixon with the steal. Yep. Dixon draws the foul on Crosby.
Well, that's what they've got to do, and they've got to do that numerous times if they're going to get back in this game.
And he's got to hit the free throws. Put some points on the board with the clock stopped.
Last foul is on Crosby, his second.
Dixon continues to have a great game. I think if you've got to pick someone for Logan that's really done a great job, again, we've said it before, Dixon's played great defense. How many points is he?
Free throw. He's got 4 points. Yeah. But I think his role tonight has been to try to slow down Putu Town.
Well, and how many points does Putu Town have?
He's got 11, but he only had 3 in the first half.
Yeah, and that's, for someone with the talent that Putu Town has, 11 points, that's slowing him down.
Yeah, he averages 17. Larson knocks it away and out of bounds. Mountain Crest with the 13-point lead.
They're going to take a little time off the clock here. And
won't be in any hurry, will they?
No, but boy, they got to be careful.
Putu Town tries a 3. This one's short. Rebounded.
Not a good shot. Buck Miller's not going to be happy with that shot. When you're ahead this far, you got to take more time. Get a good shot.
Compton.
Great play. I like Compton. Compton's playing well tonight. He's done a nice job.
Compton with 12 and a foul. If they see who they call it on. If it's on Larson, it's his 4th. If it's on Compton, that'd only be his 1st.
No, that's on Larson, his 3rd.
They call it on Jordan Larson. I've got him for 4. The scores table only has him for 3.
And he's all shooting.
So we defer to them. That's the official book. Here's a look at the
Well, you could have called that either way, couldn't you?
Just pick a guy. Eddie Hall's free throw out.
5 minutes and 11 points. Mount Crest's got to keep their head in this thing.
It's a lot of time.
Yeah, it is. And as scrappy as Logan is playing, I think maybe I'm giving it away a little too early.
Hall misses both, gets his own board. Putu Tau all alone. Got it. No, he walked.
I think he did. I think that's a good call. I think that's a good call. If you can see a replay here, maybe not, but I think he took steps.
Crosby, he gets the steal. And one. And that's on Dahl. 12 turnovers for Logan.
That's for Tyler Crosby.
It's just a whole different feel for this Mountain
See, watch,
Crest
here
in
you
the
go.
second half.
Here you go. One.
Yeah, he took a little
shuffle
step.
A little shuffling in the pivot. Yeah, that was a good call.
Crosby has not hit a three-pointer, but he gets a three-point play right there. He has 9. It's back out to a 14-point lead.
I like this. Buck Miller's playing just a little token, three-quarter defense. Oh.
There's Larson and Putu Chow kind of going after each other.
Look at this. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. Yeah, I'm trying to.
I'm trying to understand why.
I'm trying to.
I'm trying to understand why you don't just walk away, but it's hard to understand sometimes the mind of a teenage boy.
Well,
and that's what it comes down to. Aggressive. And let's take a look.
Technical foul on
Putu Tau comes to try to make the steal.
This was similar to this. That's a hard foul. There was not anything intentional there, and I don't know.
Then there was a couple of bumps, and then somebody got pushed, and now we're going to have people sitting in the timeout corner.
So, in high school ball, is a technical foul also a personal foul?
I believe it is.
So
let's see, because they had the technical foul on Gage Ferguson in that first half. I believe they counted as that. And if that's the case, Larson just got a technical. That'd be 4 on him.
According to the bench, yeah.
And who did they call? They've got Compton going for the free throws here off Putu Tau, knocking him down. Compton with 4 points in this quarter, 12 for the game. And Compton at the free throw line for 2. Compton hits one and rims the other out. 6 of 8 from the free throw line in this period for Logan. They've only hit 1 field goal. Mountain Crest, on the other hand, 3 of 5 from the free throw line. They've got a 3-pointer and 2 other field goals. Jamison Webb steps up for the Mountain Crest free throws. Misses. Hits 1 of 2, so we're even Stevens after that one. They didn't toss anybody. Larson's going to go sit down, and Falk will come in for him. Mountain Crest gets the ball. 4.5 to play in the clock. An ally for the Mustangs. 14-point lead for Mountain Crest. And for both teams, it's 2 free throws the rest of the way.
I think this is a little risky. I think it's a little early for Mountain Crest to be taking the air out of the game. They got to get some shots.
Webb with the
That's
double
good.
clutch.
As long as they get shots that go down, they'll be okay.
Basket, Jamison
7 for Webb. Brimhall tries the middle. Shot won't go. Rebounded by Pututau. Crosby tries to go back to Pututau, and it goes out of bounds. Turnover Mountain Crest. They're 12th. Pututau started this game very passive. He's sure not playing that way now.
No, they lit a fire under him in halftime, I think.
16-point Mountain Crest lead. Logan with the ball. 3.5 to play.
Logan Dahl made a good cut to the basket. They didn't see him.
Down low they go to Falk, and it's knocked away. Mountain Crest comes up with it. Crosby against Dixon, and a foul on Logan.
Fellas, on number 1, Brett Dixon. His 5th foul.
So Dixon fouls out with that one.
Dixon's had a great game. I think you've got to consider him player of the game on the Logan side. He played great defense and worked hard and hustled, stayed in it the whole time.
Crosby will get 2 free throws. He has 9 points. Logan has 1 minute to swap out the players, and they're going to take the entire minute. I always think it's interesting, basketball coaches, they always take the entire minute.
Well, it's a free timeout. You know, you take it.
Like they don't know who they're going to put in. Gosh, I don't know. All I had were these 5 guys. Now I got to get somebody else. I don't know. Crosby in double figures with 10. He's 4 for 4 from the line tonight. And I jinxed it, didn't I?
Yeah.
That is it. Compton, 3. Air ball and out of bounds off of Medlin. He saw Pututau coming. Just like the fly sees the windshield coming. Because Pututau was coming at him hard. Lob, Pututau.
Basket by Logan, Pututau. Assist, Crosby.
13 for Pututau. Brimhall spins to
That
his
was
right,
nice.
finishes.
That was a nice play.
6 for
Basket,
Brimhall.
Tyler Brimhall.
Webb, 3. It won't go. Rebound, Dahl.
Got it, yeah.
And a rebound foul. And Hall and Falk kind of chat about their favorite movie of the holiday season.
Number 5, Eddie Hall, his 4th.
Eddie Hall picks up his 4th foul. We walk to the other end as Dallin Dahl take 2 free throws. That's his first. Ten free throws in this 4th quarter for the Grizzlies. And they are converting them at an 80% clip, 8 of 10. Webb has it knocked out of bounds by Medlin. Need to start the clock. There they go. 2:40 to play in the game. Hall dribbles it off his foot right to Pututau, and he's fouled hard by Falk.
What a great pass.
That's Falk's 5th.
That's a foot pass. That'd have been a great pass on the soccer field.
Fellas, number 23, Luke Falk.
That would have been a great pass on the soccer field.
I've got Falk for 5. Let's see. They're not saying. They're saying 4. Pututau used most of the rim. Ten free throws for Logan, or Mountain Crest as well. This is number 11. They're 6 of 11 from the free throw line here in this 4th quarter. And they lead by 16 with 2:25 to play. Grim Hall drives against Hall. Knowles with the swat. Knowles has at least 4 block shots that I can remember. It's 58-42. Mountain Crest with the lead with 2:15 to play in the ball game. In just a couple of minutes, John Worley will head for the sideline to interview our player of the game. I say Tanner Knowles. Compton. Shot short, out of bounds, and stays here.
I don't think there's any question.
Well, Knowles, we know that he has 20 points, but that I'm not bright enough to keep rebounds and block shots and points as well, and talk, let alone chew gum. Under 2 minutes to play now in the ball game. Mountain Crest holding. Hall gives it off to Crosby. They're in a 4 corners look.
Oh, good.
That one pilfered away. Dahl can't hit. Crosby picks up his 3rd foul.
Well, you get in a game like this, you look for any positives. I think Logan has got to be happy. Logan Brown's got to be happy with Logan. In the last 3 or 4 minutes, they could have easily just folded, and they're playing. They're giving it everything they have, and they're still sending a message to Mountain Crest that, hey, we're going to get you. We're going to come back and get you when you come to Logan. This is going to be another good game.
Well, Tanner Knowles was the only guy putting it in the hoop for the Mustangs in that first period. He had 11 of their 13 points.
Wow.
They trailed 14-13 after 1. And Knowles really kind of kept him in it. He has 20 points right now. And he's our player of the game.
Now it's on Rim Hall.
John Worley will go talk to him after this is over. You'll have to run down there and grab him. Kirby and Worley getting set to check in as Webb goes to the free throw line. Rims out. One thing with the Mustangs, they can be explosive, but if it gets into a free throw battle, it's going to be iffy. That's what it's looked like all season. Pututau and Crosby sit. Eight for Webb as he hits one of two. Medlin, long three. Got it. Looked like Big Brother there, didn't he? Timeout Logan. They trail by 13 with 1:06. And we may see some fouling here down the stretch as Mountain Crest has missed their share of free throws. They've shot a lot here in this fourth period. Count them up. 5, 7, 9, 11, 13 free throws for Mountain Crest. They've missed 6 of them. Skyview, Mountain Crest, and Roy. Yep. It'll be interesting, that's for sure. Yeah, next week we have Skyview at Logan, and the week after Mountain Crest at Skyview. See what they do to try to slow down Jalen Moore. Yeah, nobody's really been able to do that, have they? We see the rematch of these two. There's a turnover. We see the rematch of these two teams on the 1st of February, and we'll have it for you. So Coach, John Worley's going to go head down to the sideline. And that's why it sounds like I've been talking to myself. They weren't sure that he was leaving. He had already left. He hadn't left yet. Under a minute. Compton's push shot won't go. Rebounded by Walk. Compton shoots 3, hits.
Basket.
Compton with 15. And it's a 10-point lead. .38 seconds even. And a 10-point ball game. We talked about our remaining schedule. Skyview and Logan next week, then Mountain Crest at Skyview, then the rematch of this one on the 1st of February. A week after that, Logan at Skyview, then Skyview at Mountain Crest on the 15th of February, and rounding out the season, Bonneville at Logan. After that, you get into March and the playoffs. So still a bunch of good games left. Pututau gets pushed by Dahl, and Pututau will go to the line. Pututau with 14. So a slow start for Pututau, 3 at the half. 11 here in this second half, and looking for more. And misses that one short. Worley replaces Crosby. Utah hits 1 of 2. And he has 15. So an 11-point lead, 38 seconds to play. Logan trails by 11. If you're Mountain Crest, you just don't want to foul. Fault, 3, no good. Rebounded by Compton. Another miss and a Mountain Crest rebound, and Webb fouled with 19 seconds left. 60-49. Mountain Crest leads Logan. Webb with a chance to get into double figures. He has 8, and he's going to the free throw line.
Jamal Webb shooting.
Dahl picks up his 4th. Dixon's already fouled out. A couple of Mustangs playing with 4 fouls. Marcus Mays getting set to check in. And he's going to replace Dahl. And Knowles comes out to a healthy ovation. Cannon Shank replaces Knowles. Webb hits both. He has 10 points. And he takes a seat as he's replaced out there by Spencer Coombs. Caden Buckmiller also out on the floor. Worley picks up the foul. Taylor Compton's had a nice game for Logan. He hits the free throw. He's got 17 for the Grizzlies. And here in this 4th period, he's hit 4 of 6 free throws, and we've got a foul away from the ball. Looks like it's on Falk. And that'll be 5 on Falk. Is that who they're calling it on, or are they going to call it on one of the Mustangs? No, Falk's going to go to the line. Looks like they may have called that on Cannon Shank. You saw him kind of throw his arms up there and say, well, I'm not sure what I did, but I did something. Falk's free throw crawls out. He has 6 points. He averages 5 a game. Missed a lot of time at the first part of the season with a lingering injury from football season. Now he has 7 points as he hits the second. 10 seconds left, and Worley will shoot free throws at the other end.
Foul on Compton, Josh Worley shooting.
Worley gets a chance to get on the scoreboard. He's played quite a bit in relief of the guards here. Worley hits the first. Anthony Peterson will replace Tanner Kirby for Mountain Crest. Worley hits both. 64-51. Long 3 by Falk off the front of the iron, out of bounds with 2 seconds to play. Worley holds, and that's the ball game. Mountain Crest wins it 64-51. Tanner Knowles, our player of the game, with 20 points. And we'll talk to him in just a few moments. Back after this.
Logan, Utah. We've got it all and so can you. It's in your own backyard.
I'm riding with pride.
GoGo Travel Mobility products are engineered for high-quality, long-lasting durability and superb portability. Equipped with easy feather touch disassembly, GoGo Travel Mobility products disassemble quickly into a few lightweight pieces, making them the perfect travel companion.
I'm riding on my GoGo.
I'm Wendy. Yep, that one. And I'm proud to introduce Dave's Hot and Juicy Cheeseburgers. They're all new and our best yet, with thicker, hotter, juicier beef, melty cheese, and a warm butter toasted bun. So come on in.
You know when it's real.
Tanner Knowles, player of the game. Tanner, you told me before the game you were ready to play. How'd you know and what happened out there?
We had just been preparing for Logan all week, and we were ready to have a home game. It had been a long time since we had a home game, and we just wanted to come out and perform for our crowd, and I think we did that tonight.
Great game. 20 points, lots of rebounds, lots of defense. Congratulations. Wendy's player of the game, and Angie's go eat the sink and put a little weight on, will you?
Yep, I will.
Knowles leads with 20 points. 4 players for Mountain Crest in double figures. 15 for Puchutau, 10 apiece for Webb and Crosby. 17 for Compton as he paces the Logan Grizzlies. 64-51 win for the Mustangs as they led 41-30 at the end of 3. And they only led by 2 at the half and trailed by a point after 1 period of play. For Logan, 6 for Brimhall, Larson, Dahl, and Falk all with 7 points. Dixon with 4, Medlin with 3. For the Mustangs, we mentioned those 4 that were in double figures. 3 points for Hall, 1 point for Kirby, 2 points for Worley, 3 points for Ferguson off the bench. Game got a little chippy there in the middle for a bit. As these two teams, it's a heated rivalry. John Worley's back with us for a minute. He was awful happy, hugging everybody in his family with Tanner Knowles.
I couldn't get him away. He was excited, and that's fun. He just played a great game. He deserved it.
So he kept things going for the Mustangs in that first period when they really couldn't get anybody else involved. Thanks for joining us. The Game of the Week on the Valley Channel. A 64-51 win for the Mustangs over Logan, and it was brought to you by Icon Health and Fitness. Never give up. Lewiston State Bank, your hometown bank, with a new location at 3rd South and Main in Logan. Wendy's of Cache Valley. Quality is our recipe. Cache Valley Hospital, your first choice in healthcare.
You're down 6-0.
Discount Tire and Automotive, so much more than a tire store. Salt Lake Express, from your door to the Salt Lake Airport, 12 times a day. S.A. Needham Jewelers, where Utah gets engaged. The Logo Shop, we logo stuff, all kinds of stuff. And the Valley Channel, Cache Valley's television station. For John Worley and the guys in the truck doing the hard work, I'm Eric Olson saying see you next time on the Valley Channel.
Tell you about my favorite game here in the store. It's called 789 and it has a really catchy name, and that's really how it works. So basically how this game works, it's a great game for math for kids who are learning to play math. So there are cards like this, or adults who are still trying to learn. There's a yellow number on each card. So this one is a 6. In the corner there's a plus or minus 1, or there can be a 2 and a 3. So there's plus or minus 2. And there's plus or minus 3. So how this one works is if this card is in the middle, you can either lay down a 5 or a 7 on this card. So I would lay down a 5, and then the card changes to plus or minus 2. And so now you can either play a 7 or a 3. Where this game gets tricky is where you have a card that gets to be plus or minus 3, where with this card it will take you down to a 0. There are no cards that are a 0, so then you would add 10 to that number, and now you can either play a 6 or a 10. It sounds complicated, I know. It's a lot harder than it sounds. So now Candace and I are going to try and demonstrate, see if we can do this, how to play 789. So I'll give you just a chunk. Okay, so now we flip the card over. You can only pick up one card at a time, but you can hold as many cards in your hand as you would like. So here's our first card. We have a 6 plus or minus 1. So we'll say go, and we each go until we find a 5 or a 7. Now we can either play a 4 or a 6. Now we can either play a 7 or a 5. And you go on like that until one person gets rid of their cards first. Obviously in this situation it will be me. So this is just a great game for anyone, for kids who are in school trying to learn to add and subtract. It teaches them how to add and subtract. It's a lot of fun even for, say, grown adults like the two of us. We still have a lot of fun playing it, and I would recommend it for any family parties, anytime, just playing with your kids on a Sunday afternoon even. 6, 7, only 10 is 0, 10, 4, 5,